again, going to the agentic era, in the autonomous era, even, the title of this report, or the subtitle, is "Move from POC to Production." Let's talk a little bit about some of the barriers that were uncovered in the data, Craig. Mihir, you can weigh in too from the field. Like, what are we seeing as sort of the common things that are holding folks back from realizing their true potential via agentic?
Well, certainly the ROI in the lower right there is the biggest concern that we're hearing. And again, that's because they're too much to the left of my two by two. I think we have I think skills come up, and domain expertise is coming up. And I think that's really shown in the 63% and 60% there. The balance between human oversight and AI autonomy. I think what's underneath that 61% is really trust. The ability to really have the same level of trust you have with a very transparent and deterministic automation that exists today. And if you look at that and drill down in that, explainability becomes the number one trust element. How was a decision made? And remember, decisions are being made in runtime, and they're not pre-designed. Here's a slide on trust at just the right moment. Explainability. This is a survey we did. Number one. Data governance. Companies are just really afraid of their data training alien models. They're really afraid of their employees dropping personal data and violating GDPR. Those are number one and two. We have to do a lot more with regard to observability and guardrails to really get the level of trust we need to have this be generally adopted. Not just by the highly leading progressive companies, but have general adoption of this technology. We need to move the needle on trust.
That's a really great synopsis. Just sort of keying in on the word trust. I mean, trust is everything, right? Mahir, what are your thoughts?
I think, Gabe, just what you were saying, I think all of this could be summarized in trust. So how do I know I trust that I will have an ROI? How do I know or trust that my team can implement it? How do I trust the security and bias is taken care of? So what we encounter in many of our customer base is we developed a unique approach. I'm just using some of the examples where we go to a customer, and based on our, again, 400 million work processes, the first thing we do is we lay out in front of them what are the possibilities across entire enterprise. And this is how you operate today, and if you operated with an AI first operating model, the difference between here and here is $1 billion or a $200 million. So what from and to looks like, and you have a analysis of where the hotspots are. And so now the first thing we help with our customer is, let's pick the right places that are quick to implement with a huge ROI, so that you have quick return, and then that oxygen or that benefit that you generate funds everything else. Then the security and governance is an important piece, but with our enterprise class platform and with everything that we run, that's one of the key value we bring to the table, because we don't do anything else but enterprises, right? So everything starts with the security and governance. And the third area is the lack of skill set. So one of the things that we offer out to our customer is this promotion called pilot to production, where we provide them support to take them the wherever the ROI is all the way to production. And we often invest in it. And the reason why we are able to invest in it is because we have seen it thousands of times that it works. A customer may not have, but we have. So we can put our investment where our belief is. And we tell customer that don't worry about it. We will invest this with you. We'll take you all the way to production and make it real for you.
Success is a strong accelerant to building trust, I would say.
That's right. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I think that's it. But I think it's also interesting, by the way, just as we're talking about this agentic and autonomous future, in some ways, and we started talking about this at the top, which is rethinking how you approach problem solving and just how rethinking work in general, right? And so this idea of trust, yes, of course, it's a human. It's built into our DNA. It's a core experience. It's a core modality for us to exist. But what if we didn't feel like the need that we had to have this explicit definition to meet our criteria for trust? What would that look like? I don't know, but I think it's really interesting to be sort of provocatively thinking at that level.
Gabe, some of our customer, I was recently in a room where we were talking about AI first enterprise, and there were 50 people in the room. 49 of them were doing something amazing, and it was surprising for me. Some of them was more forward thinking than I had imagined or seen before. So take an example, this idea of an AI first operating model. One of our customer in Brazil, it's a chemical company, over 100-year-old company. The CEO there decided to combine the role of CIO and CHRO. And his mindset was that, look, we are thinking in current world that the technology and human beings work side by side and they achieve unbelievable things. But then why do I have two different leaders reporting to me? Because as long as I have two different leaders, I'll think about them as two separate things. Why am I not thinking about it as a one thing? And how do I inherently bring it together? But in a world of AI, where capabilities could be augmented, some capabilities could be borrowed from AI, you can organize yourself differently. And I think in my entire professional life, this may be the time where I'm seeing reimagine organization models that I never seen before.
I was going to say, I love that the idea of combining HR and this and CIO. Because you think of agents working as coworkers more and more. I mean, that's brilliant.